All right. So McIntyre is the band, and Inisheer Irish Dancers are the dancers. And this is really awesome. Sharon has played for us many times in the past here at Ormond Beach Celtic Fest, and so we're glad to have her playing for us again this year. But it's McIntyre this time, so that's exciting. The interesting thing is we haven't performed. Well, we just performed here this morning or right afternoon for the first time since the COVID outbreak. So we're really happy to perform in public again. So this is our second performance today with a different band. And so what's kind of cool about this, we don't get to rehearse or do anything with the band. We just show up at the festival and they play for us and everything goes great, you know? We can do that. So anyway, we're the Inisheer Irish Dancers from Gainesville, Florida. We're really glad to be here. We've been here since the first Celtic Fest. It's been 10 years. I don't know where the time goes, but we're still here. We're going to kick things off with a four-hand reel. And I forgot to say that it's Kevin Shepherd's first event performing with us, so we're really glad to have him dancing with us now. Kevin Shepherd. All right, next up, we're going to dance a piece called The Priest and His Boots. It's a very old solo step dance from the northern part of Ireland. We learned this over COVID on Zoom with a teacher in Ireland, Edwina Guckian in County Leitrim. And this is a really fun dance. It's kind of spread around the world, and it's nice to see an old dance like that come back to life and it's very popular again. And I don't know the story behind Priest and His Boots. We've researched it. Nobody really knows, but there's some story behind that. See what you can think of.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go!
Okay, that was Priest in his Boots. Very lively jig. All right, next up is a set dance. And this set dance is called the Antrim Square. Set dancing is a social form of dance in Ireland. It's danced in squares. It evolved from the French quadrilles in the early 18th century. The quadrilles were spreading around. Our American square dancing evolved from the French quadrilles. So this is the Irish shape. This is what Irish square dancing looks like. Set dancing is done in cottages, was done in cottages in small villages across Ireland centuries ago, and every village would have, or most every village would have their own set dance, and they would have it memorized, and it was theirs, like the Labashida set in Labashida, Ireland. And so you would know that set, and you might know the sets of a nearby village where young people might be courting. It's like, it might be good to know the sets of another village close by. Anyway, so we're going to go forward. This is the jig, the Antrim Square. awesome. All right, next up, this is a very special treat. These two dancers are going to do a brush dance. This is Matthew and Dusty. They came to me about 3 years ago. They wanted to learn some Irish dancing to dazzle their wedding guests in Sligo, Ireland for their wedding. So they planned a year ahead of time. So I thought a brush dance is going to be spectacular. So they learned the brush dance. They did it at their wedding reception. It was a hit, huge hit. So for the first time, we did one performance earlier. They did it for the first time in the U.S., so I can't say they're doing it. This is the second time they've performed this in the United States. But anyway, they came back from Ireland, needed a couple years to get things in order in their married life, and now they're back dancing with us, and we're so excited for them to perform for you their wedding brush dance. All right. That is a difficult dance. Not everybody can do it. It's got some physical challenges, and they do it beautifully. All right. Next up, we have Cydney Robbins, who just actually in the past few months, she saw an Irish Mazurka danced by Joe McQuiggan, who teaches Irish dance in County Donegal. And he dances this. And this is not something that is often seen. The Mazurka has survived in Donegal. Polish immigrants brought the Mazurka music to Ireland, but it just survives in Donegal. That's where it's still popular. Mazurka is kind of like a waltz, but it's a spunky waltz. That's what I would call it. And so it's a very unique dance in the Irish repertoire. And Sharon is going to come down and play for Sid. So this is a very special treat. it's really special when a dancer gets to be on stage with a fiddle player, especially one like Sharon. So that is a real treat for me just to sit and watch that. That's amazing. So next up, we have another Sept. And this is the figure from the Kilfenora plain set. Kilfenora is a village in County Clare. County Clare is on the western, the southern side of Ireland. And you can find set dancing almost any night of the week in County Clare. Like every village, it's just hopping in set dancing. They love it. I visited there and it's just amazing, the energy of young and old alike. There's people out there in their 80s and it's like, how are they dancing until 2 o'clock in the morning? And they're still going. This is tiring, believe me. And they do it. So the Kilfenora plain set happens to be a very popular set dance that is danced in Clare. And we're going to show you a real figure from that dance. Next up, we're going to do another one of these unique solo set dances. This is also an old one, and it has Scottish roots. Northern Ireland and the northern parts, Scottish people did immigrate over there, and so you feel that, you feel and see the influence of Scottish dancing and some of the Irish stepping that survives there today. And this is one of them. This is one that we learned from Edwina Beckian in County Leitrim on Zoom, and this was a hard one. Sid and I worked a lot to get this one, and it is unusual because it's a fling, and that's a Scottish, that's characteristic of Scottish dancing, and it does have a very Scottish feel. I've done Kate Breton step dancing, which is descended from Scottish step dancing, and it feels very much like that. So it looks a little different from the Irish genres. Yeah, so that you can tell the difference, how you're kind of up and bouncing. Grandchildren, we're kind of, stomping on our heels a lot. All right, our last dance is called Grace O'Malley, and Grace O'Malley was chieftain of the O'Malley clan in the northern west of Ireland. She was based on Clare Island in the Atlantic Ocean. And she was also known for being a pirate who menaced English ships that came over to Ireland along that coast. So anyway, this is our ode to Grace O'Malley and also our finale. I do want to go ahead and thank you all for being here today. We're so happy to be back at Celtic Fest. We want to thank the band for playing for us so awesomely. It's amazing. And then right up after us is going to be Hard to Port, so stick around.
It's so lovely putting on his jacket when you're really hot.
There we go.
How did you do? All